let's go with this thing, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You guys know how this thing roll. All right, so this game right here, I don't want it to be like I'm saying this before, and I know you guys heard this before when I talk, that I do not want this to be a trap game by any stretch of the imagination. But this team, now we're on the platform. It's the Battle of the Texas. And when you're playing against a team that's in your home state, or you want to be able to show them that, hey, I'm the real deal, Holyfield. I'm the big brother of the thing. So we must step this thing up. We must be able to win this game one way or another. I'm really thinking that this team, and I'm going to break it down from this aspect of it. They got two. I'm talking about two monsters on the opposite side. I'm talking about the Texans, J.J. Watt. They got a guy named Clowney who would turn you into a clown if he's able to beat the guy that's on the edge. I think he's going to be going against Tyron Smith all day. And Lyle Collins is going to have his hands full with J.J. Watt. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to be locked, loaded, and ready. Like I said earlier this morning, we're going to have to be able to be out there and fighting. Shout out to Kerry Teagle. Shout out to those who out there joining in to the nation. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share this content. Also, join the notification squad because we got to get this thing going one way or another. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, this team got to win. They got to hold up and just be one of those teams to say, hey, it's time out for anything less than 2-2, 2-2, or 8-8, 8-8. We have to prove to everybody out there that Dak Prescott, if it take the risk of throwing the ball down the field and somehow it's been tipped and is intercepted and things like that, you got to do it against this team. I think that if you can play with a lead with this team, then you can have everything open to you. I just saw the tape from the Colts. They was able to put up 400 yards, and they don't have a running back named Ezekiel Elliott. They don't have that guy on the team. So I'm thinking that deep down in my heart that this team can really do this thing. All we got to do, those edge rushers, you got to run right at them. You got to figure out a way to soften that blow. So around late third quarter, or really, hopefully, late second quarter, then you can start picking up that pace. You can start winning in those factors. I understand that a lot of people have their reservations on this offense, but I'm thinking that this offense can start hitting strides down this line. I really think so. I really think that this team can really do that if they challenge the opposition, if they keep their minds together. I always say this, and I always say that you guys might want to write this down too. I always use this as a meaning to life. It's a creed almost. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you'll gladly go out and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it. If you will just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness or body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and besetted with the help of Almighty, you will get it. You got to move your mind around to this thing. You can make this thing happen. All you got to do is change your mind. Dak Prescott, the running back of this team, the coaching staff, we can flip everything right now if we go down there and we put out good tape. Now everybody will be saying these Dallas Cowboys are doing their thing. And shout out to you guys. Thank y'all for hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel. That means everything to me. But this is the thing. This team, we have the best running back in the NFL. Right now, there's a stat that came out that Ezekiel Elliott, the second guy to get to 3,000 yards, the fastest. Only one guy that was ahead of him was Jim Brown. And we know what Jim was able to do in his time in the NFL. So, with that being said, I understand the news of Randy Gregory not being out there. He had to go all the way to Chicago to handle his deals. But we bringing back David Irvin. He's the guy that's going to be able to help out with this front four. That's all we need is just a little help. Because I'm looking at tape and I'm saying the only person getting home is D. Law. He's out there by himself. And the linebacking core, we know that they are solid. We know what they're bringing out there to the team. I love what they're doing out there. But it's time for this game right here. This game. It's time for our guys to be stingy with the ball. I'm talking about INT, interception. Whether it be the Byron Jones of the world, right? Whether it be a Woozy, whether it be Kayvon Frazier, one of those guys. They're going to have to step it up. I want to see interceptions. Let me know. Put that down in the comment box if you guys ready to see some interceptions out there. It's about long overdue, a long time coming, like Sam Cooke would say. It's been a long time coming, but we got to get these interceptions. We must get these interceptions. Shout out to Michael Stevens on the Law Nations YouTube page. Really appreciate you for tuning in to the mix, man. It's always a pleasure, man. I really thank you for being out here, man, doing your thing, subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to do that too as well. Hey, guys, we're going to make this thing happen. All we got to do is change and shift some things around, and it will happen. All we got to do too is something about positive energy. Something about that. Remember I said that after the game 1 and then game 2 happened. And then after game 2 happened, everybody was high on their chest, high on their morals or something like that. And they was like, okay, we're going to beat the Seattle Seahawks. They got a porous offensive line. A lot of people still had some negative things to say. All I can say is this right here. If we can continue to stay positive, stay rooted with our mind, then we can see some positive things happen altogether. Let me know what you guys think out of this game. Put your score prediction down. I always love that. Put your stat prediction down too, because week and week throughout these weeks, we see that a lot of people changing their minds on this team. It's related to the quarterback and things like that. Shout out to Jamal Anderson. Thank you for tuning in, as well as Warren Duncan and Kerry Teagle. Man, I really appreciate you all for tuning in to the nation. That let me know that you guys are part of the notification squad. So y'all rolling with it, brother. Wherever I be at, you guys jumping on in there. I liked it. I love this, actually. I know I come on at various times throughout the day, but this is the thing. Shout out to Anthony, too. I see you over here, man. We still need a safety, man. Yeah, Anthony. I said all offseason we need that safety to be able to help us out when one of our guys go down, because what happened here when our safeties go down, if we look back at all the scores from last week and then we look at the game before that, those scores came from the safety being out. And when the safety is out, it seems like the guy that we bring in, whether he's not fresh or whether he's trying to pick up something, or even if we kind of move back Heath into those slots, then we see that it's a little rust factor in there. So we're going to have to improve on the safety play. We had opportunities to get an Eric Reed of the world. We had an opportunity to get a Trey Boston. We had opportunity to spend a little bit more money and get this guy named Honey Badger. You know, we had those opportunities to slip through us. And the worst thing that can happen to us is what happened to the Saints last year during the playoff. We saw what happened to that safety play, but I ain't going to even say his name. You guys can look that up. But for real, we're going to have to win in spite of those things, unfortunately. Somehow, some way, hopefully, that number 25, yes, I'm calling his name out. You guys know, he got the name, Xavier Woods. He got to get out there and take better angles. He got to be able to take better pursuit of the ball. And then on top of that, the other guys that come into the mix, whether it be the slot corners, they going to have to step it up. I do not want to see this weekend Anthony Brown looking lost in the secondary. I do not want to see them subbing in my guy Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis coming in as a slot corner, getting lost out there in space. Now, to me, personally, I always say this, Anthony Brown and maybe Jordan Lewis, although they smaller than the corners that we have, but this is the thing. I really don't think that they play well into the inside. They've just always been baffling to me. If I can see it, I know the coaches can see it. They're going to have to address this down the line. One way or another, they're going to have to address this. But Honey Badger is for real. Yeah, you're right, Stevens. Honey Badger is for real. And Eric Reed, he's for real. The Panthers camp already saying that, look, man, we got to steal. We got to steal with this guy. He's already making movements out there. Shout out to Lewis, man, the highlight. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Yeah, so not going to stay long. Got a lot of film that I got to digest and take in and put out there for everyone out there. So don't forget to hit that like button, share this content, subscribe to the channel. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys about the Cowboys team. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling, man. Let's go. Let's roll with this thing. Cowboys Nation all day, even twice on Sunday. Let's roll around. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go. And remember, you're listening in to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. And let me jam out to some music, though. I can't just jam on out. Let's just jam out to this type of music, though. Let's go with this one. Yeah. Yeah. Peace, man. Don't forget to share this content. Tune in.